We are going to get started with our service. We'll start with Hine Matov, because it is so wonderful that we are all here together. It is so incredibly wonderful to be here with all of you this Shabbat. Usually for the past month-ish, it has been a little bit of a navigation to see how we could be one in our community, that we could feel unified as Temple Beth Torah when some of us were in person and some of us were on Zoom and some of us were, watching later on YouTube. I think that's really just me, but that's a different story for a different day. But this evening we get to be all together as a holy Zomunity, as one of the members of the ritual or the worship committee called it, and I really love that, so that's what we're going to call it. We're in a holy Zomunity. So thank you for joining us, and we are going to welcome in the Shabbat with the lighting of the Shabbat candles. It is my pleasure to ask Matt Ballin to light the Shabbat candles this evening.
Can you hear us okay?
Yes, we can.
Stand up, everybody gather around. It's logistically a little difficult. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you so much. So, this past month we have been singing the words of Or Zarua, which is part of one of the Psalms that we traditionally sing to welcome in the Shabbat, to get into the Shabbat spirit. And Or Zarua has this really lovely, calm energy about it. But I wanted us to take the opportunity to have a little bit more joyous noise, is what I would like to call it. So we are going to learn a new melody. It is from Psalm 95, which is also part of our Kabbalat Shabbat, our Welcoming Shabbat Psalm collection. And if you've heard it before, then you can feel free to sing along. And if you haven't, if you just want to, get into the spirit, move around a little bit, you are more than welcome to do anything that helps you to get into the Shabbat spirit. So the words that we just said, Lechu Naranana Ladonai, talk about singing a song to God. Let's go, Lechu, let's all go to sing this new song for God. And we now are going to go. We're very into the active. It's not just about sitting here and saying that God is great. We're encouraged to move, to go, lecha, lechu, to greet Adonai. And even though we are physically in our homes this evening, I encourage you to go wherever it is that you're going to go, whether it's, to a different place in your house, whether it's going on a walk, finding a way to go, to lechu, lech, to some place that helps you to welcome in Shabbat. So we are going to get started with Lecha Dodi, which is on the slide ahead of you. Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Lekabel. Shabbat nekabela shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shemo tiferet v'litzila lecha dodi likrat kala Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi your spirit. Poi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha uv'zohala, toch emunei, am segula, poi chala, poi chala, lecha dodi, likat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela, lecha dodi, likat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela. If I could trouble someone, I would love to hear one of your voices to read the reading ahead of us. Teach me a blessing. Would anybody like to volunteer? I'm seeing Janice.
Okay. Teach me a blessing. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips as a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day be today as the one before, lest my routine set my ways.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We continue with the Baruch Hu, and I encourage you to rise in either body or spirit. Please be seated. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day. dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem Emet. So, something that I find really interesting. So, we're in Devarim right now. We are in the book that is the last book of the Torah before we'll start reading all over again on Simchat Torah. And there is almost exclusively, I think actually literally exclusively, the words teach this to your children, remember, in the book of Deuteronomy. You don't find it anywhere else. You don't find in Exodus where they're talking about remember that thing that God did like 2 weeks ago, or in Bereshit and Genesis you don't have Abraham being told remember what Adam did or what Noah did or whoever. We're in Deuteronomy, and this is the time that we're remembering, which fits really well into where we're at in the calendar. We are approaching the high holidays, and it is during this time that we do Cheshbon HaNefesh, when we are remembering, when we're accounting for ourselves the different things that we've done well, the things that we've struggled with, the things that we want to do better next time. And as we are thinking about Michamocha, which is the memory of something that's really good, we just went from remember the things that God did in Egypt, God let you free, and now we get to this moment where we don't just remember the fact that this happened, we remember the joy that comes with it. So as we're in Elul starting on Sunday, I believe, let's not just remember different things that happened. Yes, this happened, this was good, this was bad, but let's remember the joy that we feel and the other feelings that may come up for us as well, because that is what our tradition teaches us. So we might as well reap the benefits of remembering those things. We pause this evening to think about rest, because we're about to be in the day of rest. We actually are already in it. We've welcomed Shabbat. And we think about the rest that we are hoping to get this Shabbat. And also we remember that each of us is in need of our own Sukkot Shalom, our own sukkah, dwelling of peace. Hopefully our homes are a sort of Sukkot Shalom for each of us, but also thinking about the other ways that we can feel at peace, and where are those places where we feel sheltered and safe so that we can receive the rest that we need. So we take a moment to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we have a bit of gratitude that in our deep breath out, we're not worrying about other people breathing on us. We could take a deep breath in, a deep breath out, and feel safe doing so as we sing the words of Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamideinu before we begin our tefillah, our core part of our service, we take a moment to think about what is the core of what you came to pray about this evening. We'll take a brief moment to think about what those prayers are that we'll want to say during our silent prayer later. And when you are ready, please rise in either body or spirit. Adonai, sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibur v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please take a moment for your own silent reflection. far in my time as Rabbi of Temple Beth Torah, I have used Shabbat to talk about things that are important to me. And that is nice and wonderful and lovely. However, I don't always get to hear as much about what is important to you, what is happening in your life. And so, that too is Torah. We want to spend some time this evening hearing a little bit about what I'm calling highs, lows, and horizons, or some people call it roses and thorns. Essentially, what is something that was really wonderful for you this week? What was something that maybe you weren't so excited about? And or you can choose which of these prompts that you'd love to share, and also what's something that you're looking forward to either this Shabbat or this upcoming week. So I'm not sure that we're going to be able to get around to everybody, but I would love if anybody who has something to share might be willing to do so, and we'll kind of move from there. So, do we have any volunteers to share highs, lows, and horizons?
I'll go ahead and go first. I had a wonderful vacation with my dad up in Stockton and Sacramento. It took a couple days, went to a couple minor league games, and now I've been spending this week back in my apartment, just kind of recovering, getting back in the swing of things and taking it easy. I'll get back to my normal routine next week. So it's kind of been a nice period of rest and recovery from up and down year.
Wow, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you got to spend time with your dad on a trip to Stockton. Amazing.
I had lunch today with my grandson who's leaving away for college in another 2 weeks. So it was like a happy and a sad thing, but we're gonna have a dinner for him before he goes too. He's going to Grand Canyon University in Phoenix. So I told him I'll fly down and stay in the Marine base because my husband was in the Marines. Whenever you're ready for Grandma to come visit you. So it was a good lunch. Thank you.
I can share.
Yeah, wonderful.
I can share. I just came back from Los Angeles where I visited my grandchildren, and we have our daughter and her family, where the grandchildren are. And we have the grandchildren have an auntie down there 5 minutes away. So we took our 4-year-old youngest grandchild, who is a granddaughter, and we had a girls' night out slumber party, and we had so much fun. It was her first time because our oldest grandchild is 7, and so the 7-year-old had lots of time with just Grammy, Papa, Auntie, and all, but the second one comes along and misses out on some of that special time. So I flew down specifically to do that, and it was wonderful. That was a real high.
So we were in Hawaii last week, and what I remember and is still in my mind are the beautiful sunsets and how amazing they were, and how our family celebrated Shabbat together, looking out on the ocean as the sun set.
I had a really nice visit today. I want to share it with everybody because I was visiting with Barbara Nagel. As many of you know, she is at the rehabilitation place across the street from Washington Hospital because she had fallen, and she's doing a lot better. But one thing she told me today is she really likes visitors, and she would love anybody to come visit her. There is a complication. You have to get in touch with them beforehand, and you have to make an appointment. But I just said, is there anybody particular? She says she would just love anybody from Temple to come visit her. They're 45-minute visits, and they can be outside or inside. So if anybody wants information, you can get hold of me. She really loved having visits.
Lori, is she mobile? Can she take a walk, like in a walker or something?
They won't let her, they don't let people leave because of COVID.
Okay.
So yeah, but she like, and they brought her out in a wheelchair. We know that she's mobile, but you know how hospitals are. They move her around in a wheelchair, but her sling is gone, and she was just in a really good mood today.
Wonderful. I think we might be able to go visit her. Thanks, Lori.
I'll be brief. We are all, the high would be, we are all going back to school and Emmy's going off to college. And the low would, yeah, I'll move closer. And the low would be that we're all going back to school and Emmy's going off to college. And the dogs are loud.
Well, we had a really interesting week. Some friends from New York, the old country, came out to visit this week. And I have been friends with Aleinu since we were 10 years old, second grade of Hebrew school. And the years just melted away. And it was like we'd never been apart. And it was just a wonderful visit. We went to Carmel, we went to Half Moon Bay, we walked out onto the bluffs overlooking the Pacific and, in the heavy, misty fog. And it was just absolutely beautiful. And we had a great time this week.
Wow, it sounds like everybody's been having a lovely, wonderful week. And some people are having a week filled with highs and lows. I'll just share this week has been full of highs and lows. Quarantine is never a fully joyous experience. However, it is especially joyous when you get the good news on the other side that you are COVID negative. We're very excited.
Yay.
Very excited. That is wonderful. And so something I'm looking forward to is going on a walk and not worrying about potentially, infecting somebody as I'm walking by them. Even with a mask and with distance, there's always the little piece on the back of my mind saying, we don't know. So now we do know, and that's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear it. So if there's anybody who didn't get to share, if you would like to type in the chat, you're more than welcome to do that. But we are going to return back to our service, which will be back on our screen shortly. So we take a moment to think about those who are in need of healing of body, healing of soul, healing of spirit. If there is anybody who you are thinking of at this moment who's in need of healing, please feel free to type their name in the chat. For those whose names are in our chat and those that we keep on our hearts, we continue with the words of Misha Beirach. מקור הברכה לאימותינו. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We continue with the words of Aleinu. Please rise in either body or spirit. Aleinu leshabeach la'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. Va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad. Ushemo echad. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we've loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest nights, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. This Shabbat, we remember with tenderness those who have died in the past 30 days. If you are observing Shloshim, please rise in body or spirit as I say the name of your loved one. Carol Bitter, mother of Arlen Peavy. And for those whose loved ones have passed during this time in years past, please rise as your loved one's name is read in either body or spirit. Janice Fields Ballin, mother of Matthew Ballin. Esther Benisti, sister of Suzanne Corbett. Carol Cordoba, mother of Eric Roth. David Gimple, father of Miriam Masliak. Agnes Garfield Harris, remembered by Jill Mallison. Grace Perlman, mother of Stuart Perlman. Rose Ruskin, remembered by Carol Schneider. Jerome Jerry Saltzman, father of Terry Gladish. Theodora Steinberg, mother of Jerry Ann Smith. Eileen Titel, mother of Mara Shade. Phyllis R. Zero, mother of Marla Zero. Rodney Levin, brother of Barry Levin. For all those names that we've said aloud, my mistake. Also, we are remembering Elaine Nagel. Thank you, Janice. For all those names that we've said aloud and those that we keep in our hearts, we rise as a community in body or spirit as we read the Mourner's Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Please be seated. It is now the time when we are going to sing the words of Oseh Shalom, and we hope that they are resting peacefully. Oseh Shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, ve'imru. Amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. And we now bring up our trustee president to share with us the announcements.
I have to remember to unmute myself and work on 3 computers at once. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And thank you for joining us in our Zoom Unity. So join us next week, also in the Zoom Unity on Friday, August 13th, for our Shabbat service at 7:30 p.m. Rabbi Zoe and the worship committee are finalizing the plans for high holiday services. Please watch the weekly and our website for information, and that should be coming soon. WTBT is accepting forms for the annual High Holy Day greetings. See the weekly for a link to the details, and please submit your family's greetings. The Social Action Committee is once again partnering with the Alameda County Community Food Bank for our annual High Holiday Food Drive. The food drive is all virtual again this year and will go from August 30th to September 27th. You'll be able to donate via a customized link on the High Holiday information page on our website. Every dollar donated provides 2 meals for those in need in our community. Please help us exceed our goal to raise $4,000. And Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rick, for the announcements and for your help with setup. This is the first time I'm leading Shabbat services from my apartment, so that's always wonderful. And I hope that you'll join us on Friday the 13th, if you dare. Dun, dun, dun. And we continue with the family blessings. So if you are in the same place as a family member or a loved one, I encourage you to reach out to them in some way, and perhaps hold hands, perhaps just like look at them lovingly, whatever is feeling like what you're in the mood to do at this moment. And we will say a blessing. Oh, that is low. No wonder. There we go. There we go. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'ychuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. 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 If you are holding something that has a sweet beverage to celebrate the sweetness of Shabbat, I encourage you to quickly grab it, and we will sing the words of Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amazing. L'chaim. I'm drinking a little bit of guava juice. What are you all drinking?
Manischewitz.
Manischewitz. We love it. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly grab my challah / it's really just bread, so just give me 1 moment. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And we are going to close this evening with those exact words. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Jack.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
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 That's,
Oh.